Silver and gold, silver and gold. Everyone wishes for silver and gold.
What's up, guys? This is Satsman, and I'm coming to you with a brand new deck profile today, and I am so happy to say that Konami has finally done something right. Gold and Silver Gadget, these two cards were released to us, well, not released, were revealed to us in this past week. In fact, Silver Gadget, I believe, was just revealed to us yesterday, and Yuki Pro was able to get it onto their servers today. So I am very happy to say that these cards will be joining the Gadgets, just simply because they are just so good. I love the Gadget archetype just because they're so fun and so cute and whatnot. So these guys are they're an amazing addition to the deck. So let's get into the deck profile. First off, I'm playing 3 gold and 3 silver. They are essentially the same card. The only difference is Gold Gadget has higher attack and slightly higher attack, and Silver Gadget has slightly higher defense. But basically, when either one of either Gold or Silver is normal or special summon, you can special summon one level 4 machine type monster from your hand. If this card, or if either of them, is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one level 4 Gadget monster from your deck, except Gold Gadget. Or if Silver Gadget is destroyed, he can't summon another copy of himself. So basically, if either one is destroyed by any card effect, including your own Dark Hole, it's not limited to your opponent's monster or any card effect. You can destroy them with your own card effects, and it'll be fine. You get to get a search, essentially. You get to special summon straight from deck and then get a search, because you're probably just going to summon out one of the smaller gadgets or one of the other color for silver and gold. So great additions to the deck. I'm so happy about this. Plus, they work really well with Iron Call. I really like these cards. Moving on, 2 green Gadget, 2 red, 2 yellow. I don't really have to explain much about these guys. They are like, everyone knows what they do. They search out each other. Yellow searches green, green searches red searches yellow. They just provide a lot of consistency in the fact that every single one of them searches, and the fact that is a ranked 4 centric deck that's really good. 3 tin goldfish. People could argue that this card isn't necessary because Gold Gadget and Silver Gadget do the same thing, if not better. But I still find that Tin Goldfish is necessary, especially for the power plays I like to do with this deck. My deck is definitely a little bit more power play-ish because I like getting out monsters with 3 material, like Ouroboros or Masquerade, just simply because they're really good. So Tin Goldfish has been very useful for me. And I can still get the effect of Silver or Gold Gadget if I special summon them off of Tin Goldfish. So I really like this in this deck. Plus, it's really good to overlay with Abyss Dweller, so why not? 3 Toy Knight. Toy Knight is probably one of the best, if not the best, Cyber Dragon-esque effects, like Cyber Dragon-esque monsters in the game. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. Don't really care. I'm not ever going to do that. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Toy Knight from your hand. This is really useful. If you open multiples of this card, it is not dead. I love that. And like, if you play this deck, you'll really appreciate that too. It allows you to get more searches, especially if you open up all 3 of them. It's really useful. And especially if you go second. If you go second, your opponent summons a monster, you can special summon out Toy Knight. And then if you have multiples, you can special summon out the other ones. Go into Gear Dragon X and then get a search. So, and then you still haven't used your normal summon yet. So it's so good. It's just so good in this deck, and I absolutely cannot stress how good it is. I'm also playing a bit of the Machinas. I'm playing 2 Machina Gear Frame. 3 Machina Gear Frame and 2 Machina Fortress. I just felt like these cards were just too good, they were too good not to play. Like you have to play these cards. It's just Machina Gear Frame 1 is another level 4 machine type monster. So even if you can't get a search, like I've already used the first 2 and I still have a 3rd one I can use, I can still summon it off of Gold Gadget or Tin Goldfish and still go into rank 4 play, or I can use it off of Machina Fortress's effect. The special summon him. A lot of people can still struggle with Machina Fortress and dealing with him. If he's targeted, then you can discard a card out of your opponent's hand, which is really good. Still, like, making your opponent nag is still really good. And also, if he's destroyed by battle, you get to destroy 1 card on their side of the field, which is still really good. So, like, just one, it's either they lose hand something in their hand, they lose field advantage. It's just, or both, depending on the situation. So Machina Fortress, definitely still a good card. Plus he's level 7, which allows me to go into Big Eye or Red Eyes Flare, and either one of those is just a good card in general. So also, if you aren't familiar with Machina Fortress and how he works, you can actually send himself to the graveyard along with one other monster to special summon himself if he's in your hand, and that's actually still really good. You only neg 1 rather than negging 2 and special summoning him, so I really like that. And plus then I can activate like an Iron Call and still not really neg off of it. So Machina Fortress, really good in this deck. 2 Mech C because it provides consistency. 3 Iron Call, love this card so much. It's a monster reborn for level 4 machine type monsters, and it works really good with this deck, mainly because of Gold and Silver Gadget. Iron Call, if you can only summon them, like, yes, their effects are negated, but you've already got the monsters you need and you're just activating Iron Call so you can get more field presence, you can summon the Gold or the Silver Gadget. They're destroyed during the end phase, and then you get to search off of them because of their effect. So you don't really lose anything off of that, and it's just really useful for that. Plus, you can activate multiple Iron Calls per turn, so that's another plus for that. 2 Twin Twister, you have a lot of cards you can actually send to the graveyard and won't really hurt you. I play double Instant Fusion. Machina Fortress doesn't care if it's in the graveyard as much. Like, yeah, it's better in hand, but it's not really a huge deal. And then I can still Iron Call things back. So, and I also play Call the Haunted, so Twin Twister is fine at 2. 2 Instant Fusion because I play Norden. 2 Dark Hole so I can get pluses off of the Gold and Silver Gadgets. 1 Raigeki and of course Dark Hole and Raigeki are just really good in general. 2 Quaking Mirror Force. Excuse me, they named this wrong on this game, but Quaking Mirror Force is really good, especially with Ouroboros, because on their turn, if they attack me, I can just make all their monsters go to defense position, get Ouroboros the next turn, and just spin a card back to their hand. So Sandstorm Mirror Force, really good. 2 Call the Haunted. It's really slow. I was actually debating on taking this out and like throwing in like a Treacherous Trap Hole or a Treacherous Trap Hole Nightmare instead of it, because Call the Haunted is just a little slow for the deck, in my opinion. It works for Cosmo. In my opinion, doesn't work for this deck. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it as much as I am of Iron Call, but at the moment, 2 Call the Haunted is working. I don't really see any reason at the moment to play Trap Hole Nightmare. If the meta changes in the next format, because we won't be having Cosmos or Monarchs in the next format, or BA, presumably, and that card doesn't really affect them at all, but I think it will do some more damage in the coming format, then I'll probably put it in. But at the moment, 2 the Call the Haunted is working. 1 bottle Trap Hole as a target for Rafflesia, and that's it for the traps. For the extra deck, I am playing 1 Norden for Instant Fusion. 3 Gear Dragon X. I relate this card to essentially being the Dante of gadgets. It gets you the searches that you need. It really speeds up the deck, and I can play 3 in one duel. I've done it a lot in testing. It works really well on this deck. It's just so overpowered. I don't really care about the other effect where, like, if he leaves the field, you target 1 level 3 or lower Geargia monster in your graveyard and special summon it. It's better for Geargias. Don't really care about it in this deck. So, but the other search effect is really, really good. Like it a lot. 1 Ouroboros, probably my favorite card to go into. It's just a beast of a card. 1 Masquerade, second favorite card to go into because it's just, again, it just locks people down from using effects and it deals damage because of it. So it just hurts your opponent, and I just like it. 1 Shark Drake. Shark Drake is just good, in my opinion. He's not really as good now, but I feel like in the coming formats he'll probably be better. Again, we're not going to be getting Silver or Gold Gadget until July, I believe. So Shark Drake, I feel like, will go up in terms of use around that time, just simply because he is a lot better. Especially, he's probably one of the best cards to go up against Rafflesia with once you root out the Rafflesia effect. But once Shark Drake destroys a monster by battle, they can special summon back out in attack position and then lower their attack by 1,000. So, like, sending Rafflesia to the graveyard by battle through Shark Drake and then special summoning an attack with 0 attack is ridiculous. So, I just love doing that a lot in testing, and it's great. 1 Castell, 1 Rafflesia, 1 Dweller, 1 Cowboy. the Utopia brothers, 1 Big Eye and 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal for rank 7s. 2 cards you could also play is Amaterasu and Ragnazero. It really comes down to preference. You really could play Ragnazero, it just depends on your matchup. And then Amaterasu can work really well. I don't really know how the coming format is going to happen. And it just works because for one, it works with the deck in the case that you're playing against a deck that likes to banish cards. And Bujinki Amaterasu can actually definitely work with this deck depending on how the format works out. So yeah, it's definitely a decent card. So thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a nice day.